GM Fox fam, we're going to get started here in just a minute or so. Let the audience roll in. Man, I should have kicked it that second early at 10:29. Okay, well, we got to get someone to build a lo-fi bot fader. How many tip CCs do I have to hit to get someone to give me fade controls on that? I don't know, DAO. Let's look into that and see if we can do it. Anyways, welcome to the Ops Sprint this week. If you are following along for the first time, you can read everything in the stage chat. There's a Zoom link to see the agenda that we'll be going through. We're going to bring up representatives from each work stream to update us on what's going on this week. Without further ado, looks like the first up is support. I think Donna's the one doing it. That was the wrong button. Let's bring Donna up here. Hey, Donna, GM.
Hi, good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. For support updates, ticket volume, we had 288 new tickets this week. We are 16% down from last week's report and a 30% decrease for the past 8-week average. We managed to reduce resolution time to 7 days. One notable error reported by 8 users so far is the inability to broadcast an XRP send with the use of KeyKey on beta.shapeshift.com. First reply time is at 45 minutes. One touch tickets is at 59%. Total solved tickets 343, 17% decrease from past week's report due to lesser tickets this week. We've also done some improvements to the help desk articles. The goal is to make the help desk more customer friendly and make it easier for users to find the resource that they need. This project is not yet done, but more improvements coming in the next weeks. We are emailing almost 200 previously affected KeepKey users with unresolved issues using a Windows 10 device to use the KeepKey bridge. We hope that by using the KeepKey bridge, it works and they would start using KeepKey again on the ShapeShift platform. Lastly, we'd just like to remind everybody that support community call is happening on December 8th, 3 p.m. MST. So we totally hope to see you guys there. Thanks and have a great morning.
Thanks, Donna. Thanks for the updates. We'll definitely be there on your call. And I believe we've already got some eyes on that Ripple issue in Triage. So we'll try and escalate that right away and see if we can resolve it ASAP. All right, moving right along, we've got Unified Globalization up next. We've got Smith coming up. Let's give you an invite, sir. GM, the Smith, how are you doing?
Hello, GM. I'm pretty fine. What about you, Tyler?
Doing well. Having a good start to my week.
Good. GM, everyone. I'm this Smith from Globalization. We'll start with Gray Machines update. He launched Olympus Pro Bounty tutorial and has on trigger some filtered contents like one thoughts mining and elk thoughts staking. And he's currently editing Token Max staking video and hope to post it soon. From my side, this Myths update. So our Latin lab is kicking in, is in beta stage, and we reached 10,000 views on Odyssey. Yes, we went viral. And in addition to our milestones, and I would like to endorse that Mr. Bear is killing it. He's helping us creating and dealing with contents across Web3 socials. Let me see. Next update from JP Nan. Yeah, he have a nice idea in mind. It is in ideation stage. Uh, it is a multi-language academy aiming to bring, edu- content and educational videos, a lot of this kind of stuff in partnership with Martin Grow. He's also working with Latin coordination, supporting Web3 socials and pushing really nice articles in a series named Earn with Thoughts. Uh, the next update. Yeah, a new translation route was approved by the board, and yes, our document repository is growing fast, and we are working in several languages like Japanese, Chinese, Korea, French, Portuguese, and Spanish. And lastly, Firebomb was nominated for French GCA position, which means now he's a language leader in our workstream. So congratulations, Firebomb. And that's all for now. We can move on. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, the Smith, and also congratulations to Firebomb. To that, I know that a lot of work is entailed in doing that, and I've seen you become extremely active on our calls and inside all of our Discord threads. So thank you for all the hard work you guys are putting in there, and congratulations. Oh, and also the Smith, you probably got a mic way before this, but this is my first time hearing you loud and clear, and it's really nice to hear your voice. So that's exciting too. Marketing and growth is up next. Do we have a Peak coin in the house or perhaps a Toasty? Any representatives? If not, I will just read what we've got on here. It doesn't look like it. So coming in for marketing and growth, the LATAM marketing plan is established, and you heard that they just went viral as well from the Smith earlier. Ethan is working with Hunt on Reddit, Telegram, and other community building mediums. Arena is expanding content creation and distribution efforts. She's also heading the POAP content creation stuff as well. I'll plug that. They're continuing to cross community promotion exploration. I would imagine that we will see some more DAO to DAO AMAs or things like that coming through the pipeline soon. We're going to determine the best course of action, continuing elk rewards, and marketing growth is going to prepare their workstream term extension. So that's what's going on in M&G, and you can find out more updates inside their Discord section of their channels as well. CMODs, do we have a GK in the house? Is that you want to hop on up here, GK, or you want me to read as well for you? Hey, GK, GM.
Hello, sorry. I don't know where the heck I was, in a different room or something. Where am I? I don't know if they've seen the new tags I'm testing. Anybody can actually use them. Right now it's like support with a 1. Basically, come on, I'll just do it, right? So if somebody's asking the question, just type in that, then it gives a quick, or do that type of thing. not the little embed. Thanks for that timing. And then the other one is if somebody wants to help and you don't know, just type in help DAO and it'll give a little go here, read this, and then pick your selector. I thought it was good. And I can make more. It's just give me some ideas on what to make, and I'll type it up and edit. I did change the scam report room so that their tickets. I'm getting a few people that when they do a scam report, they get other scammers sending them more stuff. So still getting used to that new process, but anyway, I'm testing a few bots. We got them added. It's one of them's going to be. We're actually pushing them out. I'm trying to add Me6. It has some nice little features. Craig's the recording. They're actually weasels, but they look like bears. They're actually going away after April. I'm trying to find some people that would help take that over from that guy. It's a loss. It's a labor of love. He's getting fed up with Discord, so he's wanting out basically. If somebody's interested, I would set up a team and try to take that over for them. I did look at color bots because there's not enough colors in Discord, but everything so far I've tested 3 of them. They suck. If anybody has seen something that seemed interesting, let me know, because I'd like to have that. Over the weekends, we had several raids. It turns out that I think marketing put out something on a Sunday, and we got hit. Luckily, BMO and AltDent kind of caught quite a few. Almost 100. I thought it was over 100, but it was just under 100. And that's really all I have. Thanks.
Thank you, GK, and thank you for your tireless work on making sure that our Discord looks clean and tidy. And also, shout out to Hunt too. I know you had some work in banning some people and doing some work to make sure that things stay running as smooth as usual. So thank you both to Seamount and to Hunt there. All right, moving it on to product. Hey, Diggy, GM.
GM, good morning or good afternoon, everybody, depending on where you are. Lots of stuff going on in product this week. I'm going to be announcing today our new PM who starts December 27th. His name is Decentralized J. He used to be called Axelrod Wannabe. I will be doing a little bit of a write-up so everybody can read a background on him, but we're super excited to have another full-time PM starting on the work stream. And then the proposal to fund the workstream past December 31st is up on the forum. We're working on some additional KPIs and goals to add in to that proposal. And then the analytics and alpha proposal, it looks like Mr. Nerdhair did some deep dive on Pendo. We're looking pretty good. There's just a couple things I think that they need to do on their end, and then we should be good to move that proposal forward, hopefully by the end of this week, finally move it back into an official vote. And just a reminder, we moved the office hours, so they are actually this Thursday instead of last Thursday. And then one of the big UX lifts this week is we're working on providing liquidity, and we're looking at how we can make it scalable, so not just two-sided, but one-sided liquidity, and then other pools where there's like multiple assets in one liquidity pool, like 3 or more. So Beard and I have been kind of brainstorming on that and are blowing out the UX to make that scalable. And one of the goals, of course, with that, one of the more immediate goals would be to get liquidity providing off of the .com website and into the new web app. And then on Juno, we've had a couple meetings with them. We're ready on our side. We're just waiting on some technical pieces from their team. And that's it for me right now. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks, Diggy. Moving right along to engineering.
GM, everybody. Okay, so we are still working on some V2 performance fixes, bug fixes, cleanup. That is starting to taper down, but we are expected to put out, we're coordinating testing with operations. We're expecting to put out a new release to app.shapeshift.com this afternoon. You should just notice some UX improvements, and including a better response time, should load quicker and things like that. Then our bigger stuff moving forward is the market data service. We did some design work last week. We're wrapping up design and we'll start building that new market data service this week. As a reminder, that will be so that we can pull market data from more than one source and then be able to easily add additional sources as needed. Like, for example, when you deposit to Yearn and you get a Y token or a YV token, currently there's no price data for that right now. So that will be the most immediate improvement you'll see when that work is complete. Exciting on, we had our sync last week to talk about osmosis and that bounty work. And so we're wrapping in some of the work a little bit more into the engineering work stream. And really specifically, it's to get osmosis supported in Unchained And to do that, really the first step is to get Cosmos added into Unchained. So we'll be seeing Cosmos on app.shapeshift.com soon, soon-ish, I will say. I don't want to give any time frames for it now, but that will then be a prerequisite to getting Osmosis into Unchained, which we'll then be able to add into our V2 interface. We're also, on the coin side, we're upgrading Geth nodes this week. Early this week, shouldn't take too long. And then also on a couple other Unchained pieces, some parsing TX improvements to get more transaction types and improve the compatibility between Unchained and the front end. And we're also building some alerting tools into Unchained so we can know when coins are experiencing issues and to proactively tell us when things are wrong before our users do. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. Thanks for all those updates. We'll be happy to test with you from ops as we get along with all of these things too. So excited for Adam support, excited for Yearn stuff, and we'll DAO it this week. Looks like there's no updates from security right now. I know Mr. Nerdhair has been pretty heads down on a whole bunch of things, auditing and reviewing code for external parties for future integrations that we're doing. So I would imagine if you're looking for updates from what's going on in security, the security channel is the best place to find him and post your questions, or else his operations office hours, which is always the light. Moving on to operations updates. Sorry, security office hours were what I was meaning to say. But for our operations updates, continuing training with Ron and Neverwas on all things testing and triage. They're actually doing really good, and pretty soon I'll remove that training label there because they'll be just full-on ops people able to handle everything that you throw at them. The triage report this week, we had 7 issues, a 57% increase from last week. No prod issues and 3 tickets for the alpha product. You can follow along there inside the triage channel if you'd like to know more information on the status of any of those tickets. We're going to start talking bounties this week in unsolved user problems. There are a couple of bounties that Ocean has already put up onto Gitcoin that have some progress already, and we will be going over the GitHub issues board that we have for all of our bugs, as well as talking about some of the individual ones that could be up for bounty. So if you are a contributor that's interested in starting in the engineering work stream, but you're not quite sure where to start, or you don't have a whole bunch of time, maybe hacking at some bugs might be the best way to start being a contributor and earning yourself some Fox. So please join us at Unsolved User Problems tomorrow at 3 MST for that. We have a maintenance window that's still unscheduled, unfortunately. We're doing testing with Conscious to make sure that everything in stage runs smoothly before we flip over everything into prod for our database upgrades. I will be posting more information about that maintenance window before it happens, hopefully at least a day in advance to let everyone know. So keep eyes peeled for that. And then last, Thor was turned on last week and should be good to go across all pairs. Our team has done not extensive testing, but testing on most of the pairs to make sure that we're not blowing out our entire testing budget on all of the pairs. So please test it yourself if you have the so need to do any Thor swaps, and ping triage and ops if you find anything going on there. But hopefully we've finally got Thor back on for a while now. And that's it from ops. I will pass it on to tokenomics now. GM Kent.
Happy Monday, Tyler. How you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. How about yourself?
Pretty good. So, holy shit, everybody! How about this Coinbase Pro news? This is outstanding. This is a great way to start the week and a super cool, surprising development here. Specifically, it's good because it's just more liquidity in our DAO economy. It's opening up Fox to a different type of arguably more mainstream, maybe less DeFi-centric user, and also paving the way to maybe more institutional ownership of Fox. So this is really cool. And of course, Coinbase is the leader of the centralized exchange realm. I would expect we see more exchanges following suit soon. So this is great. In terms of tokenomics, so the first thing I wanted to mention is payroll, given that we're, just to update everybody. So in December, we're making this shift from paying in Fox to paying in stablecoin with the option, giving you the option to take Fox, but you actually have to opt into that. So in order to raise the necessary stablecoins for payroll, it looks like there's consensus on depositing Fox into our Rari Fox and Friends pool, withdrawing Fei, and then swapping to USDC. I think it makes a lot of sense to have USDC as our stablecoin of choice for payroll, just given its risk profile and its deep liquidity. Also, keeping in mind that we're going to be paying out on XDAI, liquidity on that chain is important as well. The Treasury Management and Diversification Committee will need to approve that. I think we should do that soon, very quickly, to just make this process go smoothly. One Fox was raised as an option as well. Doesn't make much sense in terms of getting all our ducks in a row this month. Although moving forward, it's certainly a possibility. Kind of cool to take, pay in your own stable coin. So be on the lookout on how you can actually opt out of receiving USDC and receive Fox instead. I believe Willie has a tool to make that happen. That should be available within the next few days. In terms of priorities, stablecoin exposure, it remains the thing that I'm focused on the most, especially given all the market choppiness and ups and downs and craziness. There's plenty of macro risks out there, and just, the bull market is a little bit long in the tooth, arguably. We need to diversify and hedge against a downturn. So with that in mind, we've been talking in tokenomics about ways to do that. One very compelling opportunity possibly is Index Co-op. We're going to be chatting with them about doing an OTC deal with some larger investors that would enable us to swap Fox for some of the tokens like the BED token and DPI, and in turn we could swap those for stables. That would be nice because it wouldn't be hitting the overall market by doing that. On Tokamak, I just took a look this morning. Currently, you can earn 57% by staking your Fox. So Tokamak is running smoothly. As a reminder, last week the DAO also took its 3 million in Toke, which it received after swapping Fox for Toke as part of this reactor creation event. Since that Toke was just sitting around, we actually staked that back into our reactor. This allows us to earn rewards, but also have more of an influence over voting, where liquidity should go and how rewards should work out in the reactor itself. Just trying to make the most of that capital. And then finally, on the value accrual front, you've probably heard a thing or two about SFox. That's a way to make it easy for users to stake Fox, and then as the DAO generates revenue, redirect those rewards directly to people who are staking. That's kind of it at a very high level. There is a discussion today, I believe at 2:00 Mountain, about just like initial scoping. This might get a little bit more technical. And again, this isn't like a finalized thing. But we're having initial discussions about it, and I think the overall concept is really pretty cool. So that's it on the tokenomics front. I hope everybody has an excellent week.
Couldn't find my mute there. Thank you, Kent, for those updates. All right, moving right along, we got two new sections in our ops sprint, Fox Foundation and the Osmosis integration. So we will start with Fox Foundation, and I will bring Ocean up as well.
GM, everybody. Yeah, Ocean, you should have an invite to join on stage. We've got this new section to give you guys an update on everything the Fox Foundation is working on each week. We've got a big update from this past week. So Conscience has updated the V2 deployment pipeline to be able to deploy to IPFS. This is really exciting. It's a big stepping stone towards decentralization. IPFS, for those of you guys that don't know, it stands for Interplanetary File System. and it's a distributed network to host and serve data, so you don't have to just host it on a centralized server. So this is a big step toward making ShapeShift's front end unstaffable. You can see a link to this on the right. We're using a service called Fleek to help facilitate deploying and keeping everything pinned on IPFS. So the next step is, now that we have it pinned on IPFS, we need to make it easy for users to access. So this week, we're going to take the ShapeShiftDAO.eth, which is the ENS name that the DAO will soon own. It's not yet transferred to the DAO. ShapeShift is still holding on to it, but the plan for this week is to configure that ENS name, ShapeShiftDAO.eth, to point at the IPFS hosted front end. And then while we're at it too, we will also claim the ENS airdrop. So the DAO should be eligible for an airdrop for that ShapeShiftDAO.eth domain. So we'll get some ENS tokens and then transfer both the ENS domain name, which is an NFT, as well as the ENS tokens to the DAO treasury. Ocean, anything you want to add on that and show you understand the technicalities behind this better?
No, you did a great job. Yeah, nothing to add there.
Awesome. Thanks for helping set that up. I thought that was, I was not expecting that to be, for us to achieve that so soon, even before the foundation is fully set up. So props for getting that going. And on that note, we are continuing to work through foundation setup. So still working on getting the entity formed, launching our website, which will also probably deploy onto IPFS, setting up a bank account, multi-sig, all that good stuff. We're also working on a plan with legal to transfer the user account data for all the ShapeShift, the users and legacy ShapeShift, transferring all that data to the foundation and notifying users about that. And last week we came up with a tentative plan to give users a path to retrieve their seed phrase once auth server goes away. So we're starting to execute that. TLDR is we're going to basically start sending emails to all users, letting them know that they'll need to back up their seed phrase if they haven't already, because eventually auth is going away. And we'll basically continue sending those emails to users until they opt out, basically click a button letting us know that they have indeed backed up their seed phrase. And then at the point that we're finally ready to sunset auth, we'll keep it going for basically as long as we reasonably can. The foundation will host it so that users can at least access their, continue to access their seed phrase with their login. And then at the very end, if they haven't let us know that they backed up their seed phrase, any users who haven't done that will basically receive their encrypted seed phrase, and we'll have a path to basically be able to decrypt their seed phrase with their password in their email. That was what we came up with as kind of the best way to give as many users as we could a path to access their seed phrase without compromising security if they don't want us to send them an encrypted their encrypted seed, but still, even after auth goes away, making sure that the max amount of users basically have a path to retrieve their seed phrase so that the fewest number of users end up getting locked out of their wallet. Also, this week, we're working on the Fox Success token. Met with Uma last week to update the pricing there, all the different parameters. I would love to talk about this at the tokenomics workstream office hours tomorrow, because there's some interest there, and we want to see if there's a possibility that we could potentially close this before the end of the year. The Success token, as a reminder, is a way to raise some stable coins and basically give investors Fox tokens in the future. And it's a way to kind of align incentives where if the price of Fox goes up on the expiration date, which is one of the parameters we can discuss at tokenomics office hours, the investors will actually get more Fox tokens. And then one miscellaneous thing. Go ahead, Ocean, please.
I was just saying we also got a meeting with Spartan Capital this week as well for the success tokens.
Awesome. Thank you for teeing that up. And yeah, if anyone else has any investors that they think might be interested in the Fox Success token, please let me know, and we'd be happy to set up a meeting to discuss with them. Also, one thing that the foundation needs to figure out is how we're going to handle these support and security requests for the legacy ShapeShift apps once ShapeShift goes away. So heads up, support and security. We were just talking about it this morning, and we would love to schedule some brainstorming sessions with you guys to talk about this.
Last thing real quick is
yes, please.
Just, I know we're running out of time, but I just wanted to note that we also got some new bounties created. It's a kind of a collaboration between the foundation and the engineering work stream. And we've already seen some new contributors, one of which, Popokoa, he's actually in the audience now. So welcome and thank you so much for jumping in, and we're excited that you're here.
That's awesome. Thank you for getting this going. Excited for many more bounties. And then, yeah, just remembered Kent mentioned that there's a tool to input your payment preference for what you want to receive in Fox versus stablecoins. So if you haven't already heard from your workstream leader, then you reach out to them and they will give you the instructions. I think most workstream leaders have already gone in and set up their workstream and shared next steps with their workstream members. But even if you're not an active workstream contributor, you can check out this public view of Sobel, which is the tool we're using to track contributors' preferences, as well as just other relevant information for contributors, like email addresses and links to calendars, favorite crypto, stuff like that. So if you're on a workstream and you haven't yet heard instructions here, please reach out to your workstream leader because you'll need to get your payment preference in by the 8th. So by the morning of the 8th, which is Wednesday. And also feel free to just jump in there and check out the whole org structure. The intention for this is to be a tool anytime you need information on work streams or their contributors, such as like just scheduling a meeting. That's been a common one for me, and not knowing what everyone's email address is. This should be the place to look. All right, back to you, Tyler.
Awesome. Thanks, Willie. Thanks, Ocean. We're gonna move right along. Hey, Danielle. We'll give you as much time as you need.
Hey everybody, I'll try to be fast here. We're going to add in this section to the weekly ops sprint about the osmosis integration, just to try to keep everybody in the community informed and the other work streams of what's going on. As Josh mentioned, we did meet with like product and ops and engineering work streams to talk about how we can move forward together. So we're going to be working on, Atom and Unchained and just helping lay that foundation to be able to get this integration into V2. And then after the osmosis team connects today, and make sure we're all on the same page, you guys should hear some more developments for the mobile app and what we've accomplished there so far, and hopefully a plan to release that out. So yeah, I've got a few more notes in there if you're unaware, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, Steve, for keeping it short and sweet. And everyone have a great week and make it a good GM.